It's time for a little Funky Friday. From their funky hidden headquarters, your hosts, Keith and Gary. Not Jerry.
Hey guys, welcome to another TGIF. Whoa, happy Friday. Keith's not here yet. He's had a rough day. He worked all night and hasn't gotten a chance to really get any sleep. So I woke him up to remind him that the show's getting ready to start, and I feel bad. So be prepared for him falling asleep during the show. It'll be funny. First person to catch him sleeping gets a loud shout out. So, Martin, you need to make me aware if somebody catches it. Martin?
No.
Yes, please, really, let me know if somebody says anything that they caught him sleeping.
Mix it clean.
Oh, yeah, mix it clean. That is Martin Acosta Santana, who is managing our chat today. We have deleted scenes here right now. That's Steven. And, of course, fake Steven, also today known as Justice Seagal, who is my other co-host of the show. And we will have Cameron on. Cameron is in the middle of a meeting with, I think it's studio. So as soon as he wraps that meeting, he's going to be joining us. I'm actually really happy he was able to make it. Sadly, Mikey was going to be here, Mikey Sutton from Geekosity, but his mother had an incident last night and fell.
Oh, my God.
And so our prayers go out to his mom and hoping that she is not hurt. But I haven't heard back from Mikey yet, so I don't know what's going on yet. So I'm assuming he's with her. But I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. We got Bill Barkley, Palamese Minion. Let's see who else is here. Your Muslim uncle. Hey, what's up? Then, of course, we got the Marshal here, Aaron Ratliff, D-Bud Martin, and Penny is here, Dork Knight's mom. I don't know if Dork's going to make it. Was he going to make it? Martin, I can't remember if he said he was going to make it.
I think he said he would try.
Okay. Daryl the Derelict is here. What is up?
That's a fact, too. Good people.
Socks is here. Good to see you, Socks. Anima Confusa is here. Greetings, Anima. Let's see, is because I owe, when Peter Vinkman Fansite shows up, I owe her taking off my hat and headset and throwing my hair around because she made me promise I'd do it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. So it's good to see everybody here. Yes, please send positive vibes and prayers. If you don't believe, send vibes. If you don't believe in any of that stuff, don't bother with anything.
Send money.
Send money. Give me money. Give me money. Give me money.
Give me money.
So it's been an interesting week, to say the least. Good Googa Mooga. Did anybody see two major things happen in 1 week? Monday kicks off with David Zaslav announcing that Mike DeLuca is going to be the temporary head of DC right now.
Nice.
And then yesterday, fucking knocks another one out of the park with the announcement of, I just forgot his name. I'm tired. I'm sorry. It's been a rough week. Nobody help me. Whatever you do, don't help me, guys.
Okay.
Alan Horn, you dumb fuckers. You didn't even fucking know.
Well, that's why you said don't help me.
At least I forgot his name. You guys don't even fucking know his name.
Don't mind Gary. He's grumpy without his nap. We're trying to do the best ever to not enrage him.
Pacific 414
enrage
is
him.
Raven. Hi, guys. Welcome to the show today. Hopefully we'll get a little more as time goes by. We're waiting for Cameron to finish up his meeting, so he'll be joining us. I will let you know he is suffering the effects of the flu right now. So I told him that he can leave if he feels like it at any time. He's going to stay for the whole show. But I really wanted him to come on because I really want to get his pulse on what's going on. because I consider this, and Keith's been talking about this forever, that Warner Brother needs to get him back, and they did it. And he came out of retirement, because he did it once before Disney got him to come out, but then they pissed him off and he left. And now he's fully retired, but they got him to come in as a consultant. But that's consultant with fucking gravitas, because you listen to him. He's old school Hollywood. That guy's been around since 73, man, working in Hollywood. His first gig was with Tandem Entertainment. You guys probably don't fucking know that, but you know the stuff he worked on. Sanford and Son, All in the Family, The Jeffersons, all that shit.
Come on, knock on my door.
That was like not one of those shows.
I know.
Any idea who you think they would hire to head up DC? That's a good Keith question, because Keith and Mikey talk about that shit all the time. I'm not sure who I would hire, because I don't really have an opinion in that area. But when it comes to Warner Brothers, that's where I come in. And Alan Horn's a major coup. They got him to come back, and with him, you've got Ben Affleck and Zack Snyder all in now. Don't know. I got to be honest, they weren't appreciating him over there to begin with. But David Zaslav will. I have no idea who did that. But that's what they do. When the woke assholes at the studio want to get rid of somebody like Lasseter from Pixar, the minute Lasseter is gone, look what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Pixar's a fucking mess.
I vote Pablo Hidalgo should head up Pixar.
It's a game to these people. They'll make these, they don't care if it's true or not, because it's not true. These people do this shit, and they start the Me Too thing just to destroy careers. Instead of using it to protect women, they weaponize it to destroy people's careers that they don't like.
Well, let's face it. Nobody in Hollywood has any authority to be casting aspersions on anybody at this point. Anyway, there's so much dirt underneath all their fingernails that it's time to just expose all of them for what they are, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree. Trying to see. Yeah, Pablo Hidalgo is a fucking disgrace. Amen to that. I'm assuming that was the word you meant when you said bleeping. This is an adult show, mature, so we say what we mean. You can say it. But if you want to bleep, that's fine in the chat. But on the show, we'll replace that bleep.
I'll make those little fart noises. No, I won't do that. No.
I seriously wouldn't be surprised if they offered Jon Favreau the spot. No, that's what's going on right now. Is Gunn is trying to get him to come over, and we don't know if he's going to succeed at getting him to come over for directing, or if it's going to be something more. Because Favreau is the kind of guy, the nerd, that could do this kind of work. He, unlike Feige, is a genuine nerd, and on top of that, he's a fucking straight shooter, good guy. Feige, everybody buys that big smile and wearing a ball cap, and they think, oh, he's just one of us. No, he is not. He is a beast of the machine. But hi, Lindsay. Lindsay, the Cynical Geek is here.
Lindsay.
So, but I don't know. We're going to see some big changes coming, and I'm excited now. Keith and everybody seems to think that we're not going to see anything until 2024. I actually think that we will see something by either end of next summer or by Christmas. We'll start seeing payoff from all these changes and getting rid of the clowns at the clown table. So, shall we pray in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit? Oh, please, Lord, please make Warner put out good movies. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
After watching that half-hour special of Constantine with the cartoon of the House of Mystery, I hope so, because that was
Yeah, it was very good.
That was bad.
That was Matt's last run at the character too, and I'm like, really? That's what you gave him for his outro?
Yeah.
But yes, I've seen the trailer for Pinocchio. It looks good.
Well, with Tom Hanks,
the one with Benicio del Toro. Or not Benicio, Guillermo. Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping you guys would enjoy the one with Pauly Shore. That also came out. I'm not joking.
Yeah. There's just like 3 or 4 Pinocchio movies out right now.
Yeah. And one of them is so bad, voiced by Pauly Shore. I want to review it. He's writing a message in the private chat of "Shut Up, Steven" right now. That's what he's doing.
No, I just I typed in to see if there was a new trailer that I haven't seen yet.
Stop bad-mouthing the Weasel. I'm not bad-mouthing it. You've heard the trailer, Tom. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Father, when can I go out and explore the world? It doesn't sound like Pinocchio. It sounds like Pauly Shore from Biodome. It's weird. Buddy.
Oh, this is a new trailer. Yeah, I'm very excited to see this movie. I love the animation. I love the whole idea behind it. Tom is in the chat.
I know. That's
Tom,
nice. Yeah.
If you got time, you're welcome to join us, buddy.
Yeah, I would love to get that $500 off you right now.
And again, thanks for the nice words you said about us. I was told you were saying nice things about me this morning. Very nice of you, sir. I am going to send Tom an invite just in case. So, see if he can be here. I'd like to see him. Oh, Chuck Dixon messaged me, so I'm probably going to be having him on the show here soon.
Me too, really.
He messaged me last night.
Yeah.
So that usually means he's got something new that he wants to promote, and I just love having him on. He's a great guy, man.
Yeah, he is.
Here you go, Tom. I'm sending it to Facebook. There it is. If you can make it. Oh, you got homework to do? Just found out that Zaslav is part of that stupid equity foundation. Oh, really? Right. Well, Cameron's supposed to be here. He's in the middle of a meeting still, so he'll show up when he's done. Keto Simple. Hey, Scribe Light. What is up, guys? Anybody else pop in here that I didn't catch? All right, good. All right. And, but basically, Keith says, I'll be there in 5 minutes. That means I'll see him in an hour. Yeah, Keith speaks in code. And not just when he has a cold and says code. I've got a code. But,
because Keith operates by the book. Like
hey, man, he works on Black Guy Time. But so I'm going to do what I did earlier. Oh, there's Keith. There's Keith. So Keith is here to lay down some knowledge, but also answer this question of who would you like to see take over DC?
Who would
we
I
talked
like?
about? That might be something Favreau is being talked to about.
I don't know about.
I don't think he'd do it, but
yeah. I don't think Favreau is even indicated any real interest. But if I were to look at someone to take over, as far as DC Studios, I would say someone like a. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, Keith, thanks on that. Keith, can you turn your head just a little bit? Stop. Go back. Go. Turn your head again to the way. Does anyone else realize that when the ring light is in his glasses, he looks like anime eyes for a second? Sorry. It's throwing me off because all of these big circles. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Back to that.
You got googly eyes today.
Because of the ring light angle. Oh
Yeah,
my
you
god.
can see the ring. Yeah.
There. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you can finally see mine.
Yeah. I don't use one.
You know what? Wow, that I have to say, out of all the questions you've asked me recently, Gary, that this one's really got me kind of stumped. If I were to really just say anything, I would say almost anyone that is qualified to run something like DC Studios, mainly because I do have kind of a trust of Michael DeLuca. We're not going to get the same kind of stuff that we've had with a lot of the more recent people that have run it. I'm looking right at Walter Hamada and his predecessor, who shall remain nameless. But
Toby?
I think really DeLuca's not going to let things get out of control. That's how much trust I have in DeLuca, especially, he's a fellow Jack Kirby fan. So I wouldn't expect things to really go off the rails with someone like that. And if as I said this morning on your morning coffee show, you have almost like this 3-tiered system now of people who are actually fans of a sort. And especially if you're someone who is a fan of the Snyderverse, definitely 3 people that you can look at as kind of being admirers of that. So it's nothing but good news if you are a fan of the Snyderverse and of DC films. So it's all good, but it's going to take time. I don't expect to see anything until 2024. Although I'm leaning, you're beginning to convince me that we may actually see something in late 2023, but I still think 2024 before we see anything at all. So,
well, I will say this. First of all, hi, Tree Rock Creations. Good to see you again. Haven't seen you in a while. The rumors going around, some of it's confirmed. It's been confirmed because that was one of our buddy Sill's scoops working for Geekosity. Was confirmation about Ben Affleck being back.
Oh yeah, that was huge, and the video on Instagram was
and the word coming down is that it's Aquaman 2 that he's in.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what this means for Amber Heard because it's not quite confirmed yet, but they are which is what I've been saying all along, that because Mikey kept saying 2 options. And I said, no, the third option is to spend another 50 to 100 million and reshoot everything with Ezra Miller and reshoot stuff for Amber Heard. And it looks like they are doing that. That's what we're hearing now, is that they are reshooting Amber Heard, removing her from the film, and putting in that cute little English bird. Just fucking love her.
I think the cheapest thing that they can do right now, far cheaper than what the MCU has been doing, is to
hey, the Bat Channel's here. What's up?
They've probably been sitting with the screenwriters of those films and just trying to figure out a way of writing this based on what has already been done. I mean, you already have, in both cases, both films are completely done. So you're going to have to sit with those screenwriters or with a new script doctor.
Maybe actually script doctor.
Yeah, to actually put together some way of bridging the gap from where they are to where they want to go. And in the case of the Flash, though, I don't think there's any real way of cutting Ezra Miller out of that film. But what you can do is figure out a way of minimizing how much Ezra Miller you have in the film. That or
by
also,
recasting, because once again, it's like he's only involved in certain shots. Oh, wait, guys.
here we go.
He's here. There he is. The man. How you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm a little bit under the weather today, but I appreciate you guys calling me in for a little bit. It's great to see all of you today.
It's
always great to
fantastic
see you
too, and I hope you feel better, man, because I know how bad the flu can be. 5 weeks I was down, kicked my ass, but bless you for showing up, man. I appreciate it, Cameron. And we've been talking a little bit about stuff that's going on with the reshoots because we're getting confirmation on a lot of the stuff with Amber Heard being replaced. But
are you getting confirmation that's happening? Because I mean, it would be incredibly foolish for David Zaslav to allow.
Well, we know for sure that Ben Affleck, that's confirmed.
Yeah, that's
he's
confirmed.
reshooting the Michael Keaton scenes.
Yeah.
But the big one that kind of surprised me this week, and I mean, I was floored when he announced that Michael DeLuca was going to step in the interim to take over DC. I was expecting that. There was no big surprise. But Keith has been speaking about Alan Horn for a while, that they should get him. And I'll be damned if they didn't get him.
Well, Keith is always
I know.
the smarter one of you two. That I figured out. I figured that out by now.
I agree.
I think we all know this to be true. That's fine.
Thank you, Cameron. You're way too kind. I look. I must say, the smartest thing I've ever done is listen to you and listen to the guys from Midnight's Edge and just take notes and try to gain an understanding of what this business actually is and how a lot of these people work. You've always told us just to watch them, just watch. And
don't listen to their words; it's their action.
Yeah. So that's all I've tried to do. Follow your advice and your kindness in leading us through all of this and helping me to understand how this actually works.
Well, the thing is this, and I know it's true as well for our friends at Midnight's Edge who I think are in the chat, it's up. They're placing for Amber, though, yet rumors they want. Yeah, I think, I've heard the rumors of Amelia Clark. Okay, it's the right business thing to do. David Zaslav is not a moron. This whole movie, I will not go watch Aquaman 2 if she's in it, even if she's in for one frame. I won't, right? And okay, so I'm going to give my opinion on Horn in a second, right? And why I actually think it's actually very smart. And I'll give my opinion, and we can disagree on that, and that's fine. But it's the thing is this industry doesn't make sense unless you twist your mind in weird knots of how crazy rich people think, right? It's these aren't people they're not normal people, right? And they don't think like us. And I've been there 21 years as an observer of these crazy people, right? That's why I'm able to at least give some insight. And often it doesn't sound believable, but then everything I say kind of happens, right? Because they act like this. So I'm happy to give my perspectives on Alan Horn. So you guys have been having a conversation about that because I've written about it on my Patreon yesterday. There was a very lively discussion. People were asking me all kinds of questions. Why do you think this happened? Is this good? Is this bad? And I have a strong opinion on this. So I'd love to hear where you all are on this topic before I maybe share something.
Well, the fact is, I look at Alan Horn. He's old school. I mean, his first gig was working for Tandem Entertainment with Norman Lear, Bud Yorkin, and Jerry Parenchio, who I know through the Blade Runner thing, because that Tandem Entertainment is the Blade Runner partnership, what used to be the Blade Runner partnership, except for Norman Lear. He was busy working on TV, so it was the other two that did it. And to come up with those guys, my God, just old Hollywood mixed in with new. 73 he started, and he worked on some major shows. And I think that he really was is still one of those old school Hollywood guys, like Bob Evans, or not Bob Evans. What's his name?
Bob Evans is definitely one of those old Hollywood guys. Yeah.
And these guys that actually love filmmaking, they actually love it. There's so few people.
All that 70s crowd That 70s crowd was the beginning of a new wave of filmmakers and producers and whatever who actually cared about filmmaking. Yes.
Yeah, cared about it still. And we saw that dying off in the mid 80s going into today, to where so many of these people that are executives are not creatives. They don't understand anything or care about it. There's no love, there's no passion. It's all about, either ideological stuff or money. You got the two separate crowds. And for a while now, we've seen it be the ideological crowd who have driven the studios into the ground.
Yeah.
But now we're starting to see maybe another comeback. And with an old school guy like, Alan Horn, I'm thinking, I see this as good because he understands the necessity for Warner Brothers and Clint Eastwood, whereas Zaslav doesn't. He doesn't understand the value of those Oscar and Oscar nods.
And I think Alan Horn is important because he's mainly there in my mind to help Zaslav make that transition over.
Correct.
He's mainly there for Zaslav.
Zaslav admits it. He doesn't understand Hollywood at all.
Which is smart. Just admit what you don't know and learn from those who do. And for my money, I like what I am hearing from Zaslav. And I like some of the moves that he's made with Michael DeLuca and with Amy. To have someone like Alan Horn come in and kind of just consult for a little bit and to give them the best of what he knows is a very, very good sign for Warner Brothers Discovery. And I think very timely, considering all of the problems going on with other studios, especially Disney and really the MCU in particular. So,
well, I agree with all that, and I see our friends. I think it's Tom there.
It is Tom, and we got Script Doctor too.
Okay, great. Let's see both here. So I'm going to share my perspective on Horn. Alan Horn is an old school dude, right? As we just talked about, right? And he's a survivor. He survived many different journeys, and he's one of these guys who knows how to pull all the levers in this town. He's got all those old school relationships. And that's exactly why Bob Chapek pushed him out, right, of Disney, right? And there's a reason for that. And people are like, wait, Bob Chapek fired him? Why should Zaslav take him? I said, well, Chapek knew this guy's an actual threat to his job. Horn and Peter Rice could easily have replaced either of those guys.
Yeah.
Replaced Chapek. And Horn in particular, Peter Rice was a young, flashy guy, right? But Horn's got all those old, deep relationships that if Chapek's back is against the wall, the town might actually go, you know what, Peter, it's not your time yet. Let's go with the guy we know who's been here since the 70s, right? And so Chapek couldn't have that guy around, right? That guy was a direct threat to his throne. So he had to get rid of him, and then when he got rid of him, he could get rid of Rice, which is how it played out, right? Whether he's been wokeified or not, again, he's from another generation. To the extent that he has, regurgitated the woke mantras like all these executives do, I think it's not from a place of conviction, in my opinion. It's from a place of survival and playing the chess game of this industry, right? Which is saying what needs to. That's how this guy survived 40 years, right? Say the right thing to the right person, make sure they don't see you as the enemy, whatever, blah, blah. Oh, we're in a cultural trend right now where people are saying all these stupid things. I'm going to say these stupid things, right? And so it's all what is pivotal about what the role that he's playing here is exactly what Keith, you've said. He's coming in as an advisor. He's a consigliere, right? That's what he is. He's coming in. He doesn't have any authority. He's coming in basically as a guy that Zaslav can call and say, tell me how Warner Brothers works, because people often don't remember. This guy was the president and COO of Warner Brothers for 13 years. He knows that studio inside out. He was pushed out of that studio, right? Because of politics. So he knows the politics of it, right? And so,
the guy wanted to get younger people in there, and look what happened.
Correct. And that was a mistake, right? You got younger, dumb people in there, right? And so Zaslav's, and this is something I predicted for some time. Zaslav is an old school Genghis Khan entrepreneur, right? Who just goes in and burns down everything and takes over, right? It's different from Bob Chapek, because Bob Chapek is a company man. 30 years inside the company, machinating, manipulating his way, outsmarting people till he gets to the top, right? And what you have here is Horn is also like that. Horn is an old school company guy. That's why Chapek was threatened by him, right? Because he's a guy that knows how to do exactly what Chapek does, which is angle everything, right? So you can't have him around. Okay. But Zaslav needs that guy. And I predict for some time, Zaslav cannot run Warner Brothers Discovery the way he created Discovery, which is I watch Discovery Plus every night. I was watching a UFO show last night, right? On Discovery Plus. I'm addicted to Discovery Plus, right? So he's done a great job.
Amen.
And but he bulldozed his way to make Discovery what it is. And you can't actually run this company that he's essentially acquired, which is a century-old studio, right? All these like Machiavellian politics and all these like people that are there that you don't even know what their agendas are. Who knows their agendas? Alan Horn knows their agendas, right? So he can say to him, hey, I want to do this. Who inside the company is going to be supportive of that? And more importantly, who's going to be a problem? Alan's like, hey, that person, that executive, I worked with him when it was Warner's. He pretends to be your friend. He's not your friend. He's gonna screw you up, right? And so that's advice. Zaslav doesn't know any of that. He just went in and did his Genghis Khan thing. He killed Ansar.
I refer to him as a berserker, just going in there slashing, killing.
And that was necessary because Warner's was essentially a diseased arm that had to be cut off. Right? He just went in and had to surgery your way through. So he got rid of the obvious players, right? That were the most public, force of the problem, and Sarnoff and her crew and her cast, right? But he doesn't know who all the other players are inside the system, who are sitting there going, "Oh, I like Sarnoff. You screwed her, right? I'm going to screw you behind the scenes, right?" Horn knows who those are, so he now has a direct line to how that company works, who his friends are, who his allies are, and so whenever he's got like, I want to create this role, I want to bring somebody in here. It's not even Warner Brothers. He's like, I want somebody to play this role. Horn will be like, yeah, that guy over at Universal or that woman at Universal, yeah, she'll be good for that because he knows everybody.
Yeah,
this is a perfect, and he has no authority. So even if you're concerned that he's woke, let's say he really believes this stuff. Who cares? He had no authority.
Well, exactly, but he cares more about making money though.
The trans thing, and Zaslav will be like, well, thanks very much. And then this question about this a personnel issue, right?
Well, this also goes back to what we were talking about with the deal with Discovery. I said, Discovery is a woke company, but they're not stupid woke. They understand that if they make a show about trans whatever or LGBTQ, if it doesn't do well, they pull it.
Yeah, I mean, they're market oriented.
Yeah, very market
They're
oriented.
as liberal as any other Hollywood liberal are, but they're like, this ain't making money.
They're not
That's
stupid.
old school Hollywood liberal. That's the Hollywood liberals I know how to deal with.
Yeah, see, it's like that's the kind you can work with. And that's what I'm hoping is happening here. It feels like we're finally going to get the ship righted with Warner Brothers and get things back to when Alan Horn was running it, and we got shit like, Dark Knight series, and we had Harry Potter. Yeah. And under him, we also got Superman Returns, an homage to the original Superman with
and that was a good movie. I think it's an underrated film.
It's an underrated. I enjoyed it. I love the film. And I challenge anybody that's a Superman fan to say they didn't cry when you heard the theme the first time in that movie when he rescues the plane. But I really do. I feel really good about this. I'm excited that Keith was right and Tom was right too, because Tom predicted this too, that Alan Horn
he's more concerned about and Tom has said in here, he's more concerned about Horn's personal agenda. Like I said, let's go with it that he actually believes this stuff. Zaslav hasn't put him in any position to actually implement that stuff. He just
I'm sure he's a little woke because he came up with Tandem Entertainment, and Tandem, Norman Lear, Bud York, and Jerry Parenchio, they were all three typical liberal Hollywood producers.
But they're 70s liberals. We're talking about
70s liberals.
Archie Bunker to discuss race. That's
exactly
different from what liberal means in 2022. Okay.
Yeah,
exactly. And
now you can't do Archie Bunker because now you're giving a voice to this inappropriate perspective, right? So you can't do Archie Bunker today, right?
And I got to ask the question earlier, and I'm curious what either of you might have to say about this. You or Keith? And
the other panel members, they all like went off screen.
Do we know who it was that Me Too'd Alan Horn?
Was that what happened?
I don't think that's
Is that what happened to him?
I don't think Alan Horn left because of that. Alan Horn.
Alan Horn left because Bob Chapek wanted to get rid of him. He was a threat.
But you mean like Me Too to Warner? Because when he left Warner's, that wasn't even an issue.
Yeah, they just got rid of him.
It was aid.
That's what they said. But I mean, I think really I think what he saw was there was a lot of people underneath coming up that just weren't that bright.
Yes,
The direction that company was headed, and you could see it once Kevin Tsujihara came in and started just doing what people would expect during that time. He put in a bunch of people and trusted a bunch of people who never should have been given any real authority. They drove that. And look, when Alan Horn left, Warner Brothers was the company, and they drove it into the ditch.
Yes,
in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, and he saw that coming. Again, like I said, he may sympathize with some of the progressive values that these people. He just said these are incompetent buffoons. So all they're going to do is they're going to put the progressive values before profit, which Norman Lear don't think that way. Norman Lear is a rich dude for a reason, right? He knows how to make stuff that people want to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we got some new people in the chat. Want to say hello to them. Plus, we have a $5 super chat. One, welcome to the show, Black Wolf Inc. And thank you for the $5 super chat.
Black Wolf is one of my strong.
Black Wolf says, "Peace, love to Kamran Pasha, the man of the hour."
Man of the hour who's under the weather right now, whose like brain is swimming because of
And of course, our good friend Polly from Latino Slant is in the chat, and he wished a happy 100th birthday to Norman Lear. Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Is Norman?
Yeah.
No. Is he?
Yeah.
Wow. He's pulling a George Burns, man.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
You can't get rid of those old school guys. Those old school guys ain't leaving. Yeah, they're going to leave this world kicking and screaming. They ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, it's like I had said previously about I don't want to live in a world without William Shatner. I want to die before him. So for you with the $5, let me find something here. Oh, classic film, classic line. Which one? I've got two here. Boy, I'm teasing with back and forth. Not sure. I'm going with the classic horror one.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
And they're looking right at Black Wolf's $5. You see that?
So with the horror things, have you guys subscribed to Shudder? The Shudder, the app.
I've had Shudder for a while.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love Shudder. I can't stop watching it. I love horror movies, and I bow down for the app and the stream. I was like, there's some incredible horror movies on there. There's not the classic Dracula and Frankenstein stuff is all there, right? But there's all these great foreign horror movies that I'd never heard of that are scary, that are really well done. So if anyone likes horror, you got to subscribe to Shudder.
Yeah, I subscribe to him because of the Stephen King series that they were producing, the anthology series. I just forgot the name of it. Oh my God. It's an anthology horror series.
Creepshow?
Creepshow. I started watching. I was a little disappointed with season 1, but season 2 is a lot better. The writing was. And they put a little more money into it too. And you can see it in the effects. But I love Shudder. They put a lot of really good stuff on that channel. And horror films. And I like, what's his name? Billy Bob's Drive-In. Big fan of that since it used to be on what was it, TNT or TBS, one of those two.
Well, yeah, and there's Lindsay, my lovely Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay, Cynical Geek, she's awesome.
Tubi has nice kind of. So I will say this: the only thing I can't watch on Shudder is the Indonesian horror movies. They're too scary. Like I see the trailers, I can't watch the trailers. Like the Indonesians, like the Japanese horror is one thing, Indonesian horror is a whole other thing. Like the scary ghosts in the Indonesian horror films, I'm like, yeah, nope, it's too much.
Well, it's like Japanese horror when it started coming over in the early 2000s, late 90s. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Because I saw what was that terrifying first one, the where the video you watched that was that The Grudge?
The Grudge?
No, not The Grudge.
The Ring.
Ringu. Yeah.
Man, that creeped me the hell out. I was like, oh.
So here's a fun thing. So early in my career, I was developing several projects with Hideo Nakata, who was director of the original Ringu, and and all this. And so I was developing several projects with him and adapting them. And he came to LA because the producer I was working with him. He came to LA and he didn't have a car. So I would be driving Hideo Nakata, this famous Japanese director, around Like I was his chauffeur for like a couple of weeks, and I was like, what if I get in a car accident? What if I kill Hideo Nakata? Right? I mean, that's going to be bad. Like a Variety article appears: Kamran Pasha killed Hideo Nakata in a car accident, right? But he was a very lovely guy, and I'm sorry that none of the projects he developed with him ultimately went. But he's very gentle, sweet guy. Like this guy makes scary stuff. He's like a really sweet guy.
Yeah. Look at this, Brandon, the anime guy, just gave us a $10 super chat. Well, looky here, Gary, Keith, Cameron, Fats, Deleted, and Martin. Hello, my friends. Wish I could be on today, but work is keeping me way too busy. I'm glad Warner is getting cleaned up. Stay cool. Well, same to you, Brandon. I hope to see you tomorrow on our Saturday morning fun time. You're a big part of that show. And if you don't watch his show on Saturday mornings, start watching his anime show on Saturday mornings. It's a really good program. Brandon knocks it out of the park every episode. The guy knows more about anime than I know about. I don't know much stuff.
Pornography.
He's the smart guy here. Ask Cameron. Cameron will tell you.
Yeah, Brandon the Lord, my patron. He's a wonderful guy.
I'm here for the looks because I'm the pretty one.
There we go. We got to keep doing it. We got to keep doing it. We got every episode. We got to keep doing it. Every episode. When's that moment going to come when you're going to embarrass Keith? And there's the moment.
Yep. And I kicked Steven because he was getting too loud with the fake laugh.
That wasn't fake.
Are you done with the fake laugh?
That wasn't fake. Pretty boy.
Fuck you. Anyway.
Make out with a shovel.
So basically, this has just been an amazing week. And are you seeing it the same way we are? That this is a huge move.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's inevitable. Like I said, I think Tom's been saying that he saw this coming for a long time, even if he's still nervous about it. But this was inevitable. Zaslav is a winner, and he's like I said, Genghis Khan. So after Genghis Khan would conquer an area, he'd kill everyone that resisted him, and like the entire city that resisted him, and then he would get to business. Right? He's like, all right, those of you that are left, how does this place work? And then he would start designating them. Okay, now you serve the Mongol Empire this way. All right, you're the governor. You didn't fight me. Fine, I won't kill you. Okay, now I need you to run this thing. And look, this is historically what any smart conqueror does, which is once you take over a territory, you can't try to impose your rule on it. You have to have the locals rule for you, right? That's why colonialism doesn't work. Colonialism is a modern idea. You go into some other country and put your people there, right? That's not how you create an empire. You go into something like Cyrus the Great, Julius Caesar, right? Like in Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, when he defeated Mecca and he conquered Mecca, he did a general amnesty. All these people thought they've been fighting for 20 years, and now they're going to be killed. I'm like, no, general amnesty, and now all of you get to be the leaders of the new system. That's what you do. That's what you do in order to create a sustainable entity, an empire, a business empire, a political empire. You have to co-opt the people that know how the place works, because you can't learn how to make the wheel again. You got these people that have been making wheels. You just go with them. It's not smart to do anything else.
I 100% agree with you, man. Wow. I guess that Martin is leaving it up because I haven't done my thank you video. So here's your thank you video, so you can take it down and make the videos large again. Here you go. This is for you, Brandon. This is from one of the greatest films ever made.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
What?
Cool hand, Luke, man. You don't get much better than that.
Yeah.
That's what movies were cool. That's what movies were cool, right? And trying to think, is there anyone like Paul Newman today? Do we have anything like that?
No. Tom Hanks is the closest thing we have to a modern classic movie star.
Yeah, but even then, he's not cool like Paul. By Newman.
I always refer to him as the modern Jimmy Stewart.
Yep.
And we just don't have it. Tom Cruise, people would like to say him, but dude, that guy's out of his fucking mind. Yes, he's great in cinema, but he is insane.
Well, that's the thing is the classic dudes were all crazy too. They just kept it private.
Yes. They didn't get on a talk show and jump up and down on a sofa.
Yes, they were all crazy, but they knew that you didn't reveal that side to the public. You needed to create a sense of stardom, which we don't have anymore.
The problem is with that is that Hollywood has switched to fentanyl, and they need to go back to cocaine, because as soon as they went to fentanyl, everything went to crap.
Yeah.
Rise
Well, you know, they also used publicists. They had their PR people, managers that kept them from saying stupid shit in public.
That's the reason why you had the Rat Pack, both versions of it. And that was to help keep the crazy in. Because if you've heard the stories about what that group was actually like, I mean, you know, they weren't collecting stamps. They weren't exactly helping the homeless. So
no, they were partying their way. I mean, anybody in that position would be partying their way through life, right? So yeah, I mean, but old Hollywood understood that, and new Hollywood has cheapened itself. You know, it's cheapened itself, and we've all lost. We don't have any more movie stars. I look forward to having, but it's all cyclical. And I think I've always said that the 2020s will be the resurrection of Hollywood. And we're seeing that now with Zaslav, with Chapek, these other figures, right? They're setting that in motion. And a lot of people are impatient. Oh, it's taking too long. Yeah, because it's a generational thing, right? You've just had the collapse of 100-year-old Hollywood culture. You got to rebuild it, right? And so it's going to take at least a decade, maybe 2 decades. But I think we're going to go back to some classy stuff. We're going to go back to a sense of mystique around stars, because the smartest stars aren't, you know, don't put yourself on Instagram. You know, one of the things that cheapened everybody, as a lot of people during this whole pandemic lockdown stuff, you know, everyone is like, you're seeing like Matthew McConaughey is like zooming into a thing, like what we're doing here right now. I don't want to see Matthew McConaughey's zooming in from his like living room. That takes a lot of that mystique away. I don't want to see you guys
from people in front of the camera. That's right. I agree with you. By the way, we have some new people in the room. Olaf van S. Goedendag, or Goedendag, I think is what you say good day to you in Dutch. Welcome to the show. War Monkey, one of my 2 favorite monkeys. War Monkey and Monkey Jeebus are great. Anima Confusa is here. She is we should call her my Austrian girlfriend living in Croatia that doesn't know she's my girlfriend.
Well, I haven't been to Croatia yet, although I'd love to go to the Balkans, you know, Bosnia, Albania, Kosovo in particular. But I have been to Austria, and I got to say, I mean, I was walking, that's a beautiful country. That's like a physically beautiful country, right? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Gap After Dark is here. He is the Gap previously known as Stargate, and now he's Gap After Dark. Okay. I don't know. He's doing some Prince thing here. I don't get it. Let's see. AF Watcher 88 is here too. Welcome back to the show. Anybody else joining us that's new? If you didn't know, your Muslim uncle is in the chat.
Oh, salam.
Assalamu alaikum. Nas OG 1000. I don't think this is one of our usuals. I think this is somebody new from Midnight's Edge or from you, Cameron. Okay. But Just a Passerby 2 is here. These are new to the channel. I don't know about you, but I get to know the people in my chat, and I always recognize when there's somebody new. I'm like, oh, I don't know you. That's neat. Kamran Pasha 72 is in the chat? What?
I'm going to link to my Patreon, so yeah.
Yes, Martin, copy that and make sure to share it throughout the show for as long as you're here, because I'm grateful you showed up at all.
Yeah, I actually only have about 10 minutes left because I gotta, first of all, I'm not feeling that well, and so I don't want to actually faint on live YouTube. That would not be helpful to anybody. So I need to take a break, but I'm enjoying it. So it's only about 10 minutes. Any other thing I can throw into the conversation?
Keith, anything else we want to bring up while he's here? Because God, we were talking about so much this week. And just to remind everybody, Cameron will be, now he's not going to be on my Wednesday show, but what we're going to do is record a discussion on Tuesday for Wednesday's UFO show, because I was unaware until somebody told me that you're big into UFOs. You're a ufologist yourself.
I've had a UFO experience, which I never, ever, ever expected to have.
I look forward to sharing that next week. I'm so excited about this. But I like this because I have connections within the UFO community. Bob Ecker, one of the biggest names in UFO research, and I mean, he Dark Matters Radio, and he was the editor in chief. I can't remember. No, he wasn't. His wife was editor in chief. He was senior something at UFO magazine. He helped run it with his wife. And Vicky, who is the editor in chief, she's awesome too. I want to get her on the show, but she keeps fighting like, I don't want to get on camera. But I've got her on camera at least once, so we'll see. What do we got here? Cameron, thoughts on new blonde Armis's accent? Armis's accent.
It looks great to me. I mean, I saw the preliminary sort of teaser trailer a few weeks ago, which I thought just pulled me in. And then this now trailer for Blonde, the full trailer, the first trailer that we've got. I think Ana de Armas is gonna just blow it out of the water. I mean, people are saying she's Cuban. I don't like her Cuban accent. I'm like, she sounds like Marilyn Monroe. Where's the Cuban accent? I don't know what you're talking about. I hear Marilyn Monroe. I mean, she's an actress. That's one of the first things a successful actor, certainly at her level, it learns to do, which is voice manipulation. I've worked a lot with British actors who come across as American, and you'd often be freaked out. You're sitting there watching them, do their American accent, and then cut, and they come and they're talking, and they're like old school, like limey British. You're like, what? So
because so often they get nasally, and like one of the best American accents I've ever heard is the guy that plays House. He's just spot on. I was like, really? I thought he was English. Oh, he is English. But again, Latino Slime, thank you for your $2 super chat. And here is one for you that involves aliens.
You believe any of this voodoo bullshit, Blair? Charles, chariots of the gods, man. They practically own South America. I mean, they taught the Incas everything they know.
That's not inaccurate.
No, it's not.
I would ask you this, Cameron.
Yeah.
Do you think, outside of the whole DC thing, putting that to the side, do you think Alan Horn would also be willing to serve the purpose of helping regain some of the talent that Warner Brothers has lost? Like, for instance, helping to bring back Christopher Nolan, which would be a big get for this current version of Warner's.
Well, that's one of the things you do as an advisor is you're there to access this guy's network. And people they knew Sarnoff didn't know what she was doing. And so talent fled, right? At least top level talent fled. Then this Zaslav comes in. They're like, this dude's making Bigfoot shows. I don't know if I'm going to come back, right? So now, you got this guy as your right hand whispering in your ear. Oh, okay, I can trust that because I've worked with Alan Horn. And I know he's an old school Hollywood guy. I had a good experience with him on the movie I did, right? Yeah, that's absolutely one of the. If Zaslav didn't do this, he'd be an idiot. He wouldn't be able to bring back these people on his own reputation.
I have a question that was actually kind of related to the Christopher Nolan thing. Is anyone interested or even peeked at the trailers with the Oppenheimer film that he's doing?
I haven't seen those trailers. So those trailers.
They supposedly, I think it was 2 days ago, they did a live preview event on the Universal channel on YouTube, and they were it was all focused on Oppenheimer. Nolan's the one heading that up. It's a Nolan film.
It looks good. It looks fantastic. It looks like he's really taking a shot at going for Oscar Gold again. And with that all-star cast that they have, I mean,
that subject though too. Like if he can do it with that subject, that's going to be good.
Yeah. You're gonna have that.
I'm looking at some of these comments in the chat.
Cameron has a dedicated following. Really,
yes, he does.
He just wants more women on the panel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I absolutely do. That's
the problem. The problem with
all benefit from that.
The girls that will come on our show will be too quiet, and they don't ever talk, and it's and then they're afraid to come back because I'll call them on it. I'm like, stop being so quiet.
No, it might be because you keep saying things that make you do this, right? And then and they may just be like, I don't want to deal with it.
Is this good
I'll
enough?
tell you one person who likes to come on, Anima. Send her an invite, Martin. She'll jump on here before you leave, so you have a beautiful woman on the show. But I do want to point out that down in the description of the video is a link to help our good friend Mike Lorber, also known as a Comic Relief Crusader, who is officially homeless this weekend.
Oh.
And we want to. I'm going to share the stuff right now in the chat. If you can spread the word, guys. Let people know, because what he wants to do is they've got a program up there in Alberta where you can put $2,000 down on a house. You still have to pay for the closing too. So the entire campaign is $4,000, but to lay $2,000 down on the house and pay closing, all the legal fees and all that shit. And he can finally get a house for him and his family. He's got a job, but it's not bringing enough money right now, and he's the only one working in the family. And I'm aware of those struggles, and I feel for Mike on this thing. And Fat Steven, Drunk 3PO, and I right now are the only ones pushing it. And if anybody else would please reach out and start helping him spread that out. If you don't have money, don't worry about contributing. Just spread the word. Just spread the word. He's a good guy. We love him. He's a major part of our shows now. He's our voiceover on Saturday mornings. So he does Ted Knight really well. He does that. Welcome, back at the Batcave. It's got a great cartoon voice.
This is, I've been through this kind of economic uncertainty when I was younger, when I was a kid. My family went through a lot of these kinds of problems. We were without residence for a bit, which was really scary as a child, right? And so I've been through this, and I'm definitely, I've just clicked the link, and I'm going to be donating at least what I can. But I think all of us just, even if all of us just put in like $10, I think we can get them.
Yeah, it's like he said, if 100 people put $40 in, he'd have all the money.
Yeah.
He's at $7.95 right now for out
Okay,
of the
God
two.
bless.
That's fantastic, and that's just with now Drunk 3PO because we got it to 600 and Drunk's already got it over 700. So I love Mike, and Mike's in the chat. I saw him a little bit ago. He's at work right now. He's working during the day, but it's just grateful for that if you can do that, Cameron. And if you look at it, check it out, and make sure you feel comfortable either contributing or spreading the word, because I always tell people, be a good consumer, including when you're doing your charity stuff. Know the charity you're working with, and
well, unfortunately, because there's a lot of stuff on all these different things where you don't even know if it's real. You don't know who's getting the money, right? There's things, a tragedy happens and someone claims you're representing the family and they're not, right? So you just gotta fight it. But we know this is coming from a direct source that you trust. So,
he took today off because they're packing. Okay, so he's in the chat right now. There he is, packing. Any last questions, guys? I think Steven had a question.
Please, I'd love to, because I got a couple more minutes. I got to take off.
Yes, I did have one quick question. For those of us who do not have your Patreon, if you could elaborate on the upcoming reboot of Max Headroom.
Oh yeah, and I just put it out there today because I'm glad you brought it up. I just wrote a thing on Patreon for this. So AMC has announced that it is rebooting Max Headroom with the original lead actor who played Max Headroom, and it's being done through Elijah Wood's company, Spectre Vision.
Now, are we going to actually do digital this time? Because we can.
Well, that's the thing. What's wonderful about Max Headroom is this was so ahead of its time. It was. I mean, it was all the 80s were all this crazy stuff that ended up happening, like Tron or whatever. All that stuff. We were just playing with this world that could be, right, and Terminator and all these things. And Max Headroom, for those younger people that don't know it, was this revolutionary show on in the 80s about essentially an AI, an artificial intelligence that comes alive and is just this wisecracking sort of crime-solving sidekick to the human characters. And he just took over pop culture for 2 years, right? He was everywhere. And it opened all of us to the imagination of a world of AI, of what could happen. Now we've got like bots everywhere that are talking to us on Twitter, right? We don't even know, it's not even a human being, right? And this was ahead of its time. And to actually have the original actor, Matt, back, and then people don't, the interesting is I have a little bit of experience with Elijah Wood's company, Spectre Vision. I submitted a script to them very recently, and they liked it. And hopefully, God willing, knock on the computer side, meeting with
I
them
like
very
his passion about horror.
Yeah, well, that's what Spectre Vision does. It's a genre company, and it's excuse me, it's made a lot of smaller genre projects, like kind of stuff that will go to Shudder, right?
Right.
But getting this on AMC is going to shoot Elijah's company up to the very top of this town, right? In terms of attention. And because they liked my script, I have to say they have good taste, right? And so,
hell yeah,
because I had a recent experience with them, and so it's I'm very excited for this. I mean, who knows where the story's going to go, but I think that if we can have Matt Frewer be really involved, and he knows that character inside out. It's what made him as an actor, and it'll be interesting. Maybe we can do. I mean, if I were them, I would use Max Headroom to comment, because Max was always this wisecracking, crazy, like out of his mind AI, right?
Right.
Always glitching, and that was fun, right? But
Wasn't
he would
he-
always be. I'm sorry.
No, but I was asked. He was also he also did a cameo within Back to the Future too, where he was in the restaurant fighting the was it the angry guy trying to fight over the menu as well?
Actually, that wasn't really a cameo. It was a play off of the Max Headroom character by having a Max Headroom like version of Ronald Reagan versus
it was
Here
the
he
guy.
goes. He's got that deep drawer. Can you retrieve the info from it?
No, the fact that you remember that scene so deeply already, I'm blown away.
Well, the thing pops up into Marty's face, right? And they're arguing, you want the sushi. No, you want the beef. And they start bickering back and forth in the TV and fighting over the sides. Yeah.
I think it was Khomeini, a version of
I
Khomeini.
told Khomeini. Oh, my God.
So Reagan versus Khomeini, right?
Right.
That's hilarious.
Hey, before you go, Cameron,
excuse me.
Because one of the things we will be talking about here is this season of The Orville, New Horizons. What are your thoughts on the show so far? What do you think?
I've never watched one episode, even though everyone tells me Orville is what Star Trek should be. I should watch it. There's like so many things. I'm like, yeah, I should watch it. I haven't watched it yet. It took me forever to actually start watching Game of Thrones. By the time I was like, it's a good show. Oh, it's getting really bad all of a sudden, right? And so I
started watching as they started
the wrong moment.
The third season is when I started watching Game of Thrones, and I'm like, holy shit! Why didn't I know about this?
Yeah,
but I would like to get your pulse sometime if you ever do watch it.
Yeah, no, I should, and I definitely it's on the list of things. I'm watching this. I'm on Shudder all the time. I'm on Shudder and Discovery Plus all the time. So I got to take the time to get off of that.
Yeah, because I'm like you. I'm an addict for UFO. I cannot stop watching this show, the Skinwalker Ranch.
That's what I was watching last night.
Oh my God, I love that show.
Yeah.
That show terrifies me because it's real.
Yeah, it's real, and they're bumbling into something that like this season when they've actually essentially found a UFO hidden in the mountain and they don't know what to do now, right? I mean, that's
so like a V shape, no more like a dome. It's like, oh my God, yeah. I look forward to talking to you on Tuesday. But Cameron, thank you so much for being here. I hope you get feeling better the next few days.
Well, thank you for your patience. I was coughing my way through this, and now I'm just going to go rest. But I appreciate you all letting me call on, share my perspectives on this stuff here. You guys got a great channel, got great fans here. It's good to see a lot of my old friends like Midnight's Edge and Paulie and others here. So keep doing this great work, man.
Live long and prosper, my friend.
I'm going to respond to that with Keith's.
But Keith's doing it too. Keith's doing it too because we both do that.
We'll do it this way.
Peace and long life.
And by the way, when Mark did it, it was the first time you ever saw scissoring on TV.
Oh my God!
Well,
yeah, you guys do realize where this comes from. This is an old
Jewish
ritual, right? Yeah. So yeah, and that Leonard Nimoy once saw in
he
his
peaked when he wasn't supposed to. Yeah.
He's like, oh wait a minute, that's interesting. So, all right, guys. God bless everyone.
God bless you too, my friend.
Everyone, stick around. Continue to support this channel. Send some super chat, and thank you for your patience and my coffee sort of not fully their self. So thank you.
Feel better, my friend.
All right. God bless. We'll talk soon. Take care.
God
Peace.
bless you too. Bye-bye. So there we go, guys.
Great
the
teacher.
Amazing Kamran Pasha giving some thoughts on what we've been talking about. And I agree with him everywhere he went with that. So I understand Tom's concern. I'm not concerned. I don't feel any trepidation over Alan being brought back to Warner. Because woke or not, the guy's all business.
Well, and plus he's advising. To me, this is a great opportunity for Alan Horn to basically come back triumphant after the way that he left Warner's. I mean, he was shown the door. He's being invited back in, and that means a lot. I mean, if you're really going to retire, and I think that's definitely going to happen for him, I don't see him staying with this for another 10 years.
No, but I do believe that because you're right, he won't be there that long. He's going to get them going in the right direction, help them. But because you read what he said earlier, you might want to read it again, pull that up again. Some of the stuff he just said about being hired back on.
Mm-hmm.
Can you pull that back up?
Let me see. Hold on.
Okay, you do that, and I'm going to say what I had to say, which is
here we go.
He has been given a lot of leeway. And I guarantee you, no matter what he says here, it's going to be up to them, he says. I'm telling you, David Zaslav told everybody, you listen to what he says. And I guarantee you David Zaslav is going to listen to him.
Here we go. Yeah. How do you perceive your role? Advisor, consigliere. He's there to support David Zaslav, his team, including Mike and Pam, who are the two people that have been brought in to Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi as co-chairpersons and CEOs of the Warner Brothers Pictures Group, and they will also oversee DC Studios together. So, yeah, he's gonna basically advise on scripts, casting, but I think the main thing based on this interview is that it's looking like he's there to really help Zaslav make that transition from being a guy who's used to just being an outsider to running a studio, which is really being an insider. So this is big. This is big news. But yeah, I can totally understand Tom's point of view, though. I just don't think that we're going to have Alan Horn. I'll be surprised if he's there 3 years. I think because I get Tom's concerns too. I don't think it's going to be as bad as he thinks, but I get his trepidation. Look, man, we've all been bitten or burned, however you want to phrase it, one too many times by these studios fucking around with the shit we love. And we've seen Lucasfilm's not done screwing up Star Wars or Indiana Jones. No, she is nowhere near finished with the damage she wants to do. But I just think Chapek, though, in concentrating on the MCU, is basically just going to let Kathy have her way for a little while longer and basically see how much damage she can do, so it'll make it easier to get rid of her. Now, in that span of time, there's a very good chance that Favreau could just wander on over to Warner Brothers and maybe make one movie for them. I'm not saying he's going to move over there permanently, but they might be able to eke out enough time for him to do one thing. But considering what the one thing he did for the MCU was, that could be pretty big for Warner Brothers. I mean, he has his pick if he decides to do a comic book film for them. He could do Green Lantern. He could do, in my opinion, the perfect project would be the Legion of Superheroes. And all he would need to do is just one movie, just the very first one, and then let them take it the rest of the way. So,
yeah, I agree with Brandon's response to Zach's. Kyle, because Zach asks, Alan's resume sounds good, but what are Alan's pronouns? I guarantee you that what Brandon said, make more money. Make things that make money.
That's his pronoun, cha-ching.
Cha-ching. And by the way, the Facebook user is a friend of ours. It's Marcus Torres.
Oh, Marcus. Hey.
Yeah, he's a friend of yours and mine. And over on Facebook. And he's watching right now, and he asked, that would be huge. Then he says, that is awesome. Fainting, referring about Cameron passing out on the show. And he goes, that would make for some good ratings on your show. So, yeah, that's true. I've also said many a time that if I die on the show, have a stroke, first of all, nobody will realize it's for real. They'll think I'm fucking around. And that'll be like the most amazing way to go. Dying
none of us
doing what I enjoy most.
911.
I used to say dying while having sex so I can traumatize whatever woman I'm with. But, it's like, yeah, that nightmare.
Gary, you're doing
but now it's like, I want to do it on the show. I want to die on the show.
Gary, you're doing it all wrong. You need to go peacefully in your sleep, unlike the passengers in your car.
I'm an old warrior. Warriors don't want to go while they're asleep. They want to traumatize as many people as possible.
That's what I'm saying. You're doing it in the driver's seat of your car. Yes.
Oh, while in your car. Okay. No, I don't want to hurt people. I'm not myself. I'm not cracking a joke, you guys. You know that. Right, Marcus? Sure thing. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Work is pestering you? They want you to work? Pfft, assholes. How dare they?
How dare
It's
they?
fucking
say.
payday.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't get to say this. We got both our monkeys here, War Monkey and Monkey Jeebus. I got to hang out with Monkey Jeebus behind the scenes. And you know what? He's fucking crazy.
He might have a point there.
He's crazy Asian American, though, but he's very American. But I made fun of him. What?
I was going to say what Monkey Jeebus was talking about. New Frontier would be a way to go, but that might be a little too big. And considering that we're only talking about one movie, while that would be an accomplishment to make a New Frontier film, I think they would probably rather use him to launch something that they can continue to use thereafter. And having another shot at doing Green Lantern with the guy that launched Iron Man would make sense. So, but to me, Legion of Superheroes would be the thing. Why? Because that's the one thing Favreau has not done. While he directed 2 of the Iron Man films, the rest of his time with the MCU was spent acting, and he never got the opportunity to even do an Avengers movie. Doing the Legion of Superheroes, making that for Warner Brothers is the gift that will continue to give. Since they've already got a Justice Society and a Justice League, the Legion of Superheroes would pretty much just be it would basically just be J.J. Abrams's version of Star Trek mixed with the X-Men set in the future. And he could do it because it would allow a whole new cast, a whole new group of younger actors for Jon Favreau to work with. And basically, considering all the Star Wars stuff, it's the only property that would keep him on kind of like this trajectory that he's been on in working in Star Wars and helping to start the Orville.
Mm-hmm. But Monkey makes a good point too. I think what we've all talked about, Challenge of the Unknown would also be another good one.
Challenges of the Unknown would be fantastic. That would be completely different.
Each season could focus on a different person or a different group of people, and just keep doing like sci-fi. That's the sci-fi X-Files style we were talking about. Right?
Or even Dial H for Hero, which to me would be the perfect vehicle for any type of director that you want to bring in to do anything with that. Because it doesn't matter what the next creatives, writers, or whoever you get are. With Dial H for Hero, you can do anything. Mm-hmm. Your future is wide open using that particular. I mean, it's all wide open. Jon Favreau just does that. You announce tomorrow. If that were
I guarantee you, he has tons of ideas. I want to respond to Marcus. Keith is getting juiced up for that. He says, but then somebody said something about asking about Cameron about Skinwalker Ranch. Who said that? Martin, you had it up on the screen a second ago.
It was
that Bill? I did not forget. The fact is I'm saving it for our show. My UFO show on Wednesday. I didn't want to talk about it on a non-UFO show. This is about entertainment, but you watch. I'm going to be asking about Skinwalker. We're going to talk about what's going on because he watches that show as religiously as I do. And I had no idea he was into ufology, and I'm so excited to have fucking Kamran Pasha just to myself. Fuck you guys. It's just gonna be him and me. Yeah.
We will watch
UFOs.
We will watch, and we'll hopefully you guys can just bring this all back around.
You know, the opportunity to have to have him and Don Ecker on the same show would be exciting for me.
Wow. So have they completed the season yet, or are they still? They are done. Okay.
Yeah, the season's over. The last episode wasn't an actual episode. It was a wrap up with Dr. Travis. No, look, don't fucking start anything you're not ready to finish, Dragon Bricks. Don't start something you're not ready to fucking finish. Favreau. Look, Keith and I have been talking about this. You know this, Keith.
Mm-hmm.
We have wanted a Steel movie for a while. I was so pissed at what we got with Shaquille O'Neal. Mm-hmm. What a piece of shit film. We need a real fucking Steel movie that follows the fucking story correctly.
And you definitely are going to need a Superman, hopefully Cavill, to be a part of that film in some form or fashion.
Oh, it's if we get our way, we're going to start seeing that. Steel needs to be a part of the DC extended universe.
Oh, and
cinematic universe.
As we said this morning on Coffee Talk, the other reason why you having Alan Horn there is that you need him to help advise as far as also getting, not only people like Christopher Nolan back. I guarantee you he's going to be very helpful when they're renegotiating the contract for Henry Cavill, which is really what Cavill wants. He wants a renegotiated contract, and having someone like Alan Horn there
to have more control.
That's right,
and he deserves it. He's at this point, he's got the clout. By the way, absolutely agree, Monkey Jeebus. I would love to see the Phantom done correctly, and absolutely would love to see. I got to go back to the fucking comedy. There it is. Thank you. Flash Gordon and Mandrake, the magician. I would love to see period films done on those characters, done correctly. I would like to see the old Phantom, not Neo Phantom, because I thought they were in the right direction with Billy Zane's film, but they didn't take it serious enough.
Well, plus that you could tell the amount of money that they had to deal with
Very
was
no
not
budget.
that much.
Yeah, when a horse is running the same speed as a plane, that the effect was so bad.
I think they
like
should do a
film.
period thing, but they should also do a major team up between the Shadow, Mandrake.
Well, that's just it. You
Phantom.
can have classic fucking characters and create that universe for them to live in. But Flash Gordon by himself should absolutely be in the 1930s and have him be, this fucking athlete who goes off planet. Because I love the Flash Gordon movie. Don't get me wrong. The one from, what was it, 1980 by Dino De Laurentiis.
Yes.
With Max von Sydow and all that shit. I love that film, but it's silly as fuck. It's so cheeky. I would like to see something that's a little more true to the spirit of the original serials, which was meant to be dramatic and more serious, not silly. Yeah, I wouldn't bring Bill. I would not bring Zane back. Besides, I think Zane's an asshole. I really think he's
Alan Richardson is a big dude. I would rather have him as someone like I would rather have him someone like a big bruising type of hero. I would make him Wildcat in the DC universe.
Bill, that was Sci-Fi Channel. It was garbage. Absolute garbage. And here, Marcus, I think that's Marcus. Marcus said it again. Love the period piece idea. No, look, they were created in that period. The Shadow needs to be the 30s, 40s. They all need to be, and I think it would be neat to have a universe where all these characters exist.
Alan Richardson would make a great Doc Savage. He's got the right build.
Bingo.
And there you go.
Bingo.
We just solved it.
Yep, there you go. As Doc Savage, because we need a really good interpretation of Doc Savage too. I mean, they stole from him so badly. I mean, Superman borrowed from him so heavily.
James Bond took from him. And I mean, even Indiana Jones to a certain extent. And
Indiana Jones borrows a lot from the that Incas movie that Charlton Heston did, where he doesn't have the whip, but he has the wider fedora that has a bigger brim on it, and the leather jacket and cargo pants. Absolutely, that was Charlton Heston's movie, Something of the Incas.
The Rock would charge double to play Doc Savage. He'd be.
I would not want to see him as Savage. I really wouldn't. He's too big a name.
Yeah,
too big a name.
Alan Richardson would be the perfect Doc Savage.
You need somebody that's not unknown, but not so well known. This is what screwed up that River Ride movie they made. It was just The Rock was too big a name to be playing that character, and it made it silly. And you know what I'm talking about with Amelia Blunt.
Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, Jungle Cruise. Just I saw it. It was like he was not right for that part. He was not right for that part.
The only other part that I could see that you would want to bring back is the Avenger. You know, Chris Pratt, Flash Gordon. You know what? I'd actually get that kid that was playing MacGyver to play Flash Gordon.
He's younger. Yeah, he could be it for longer, but I agree with Monkey Juice. I kind of like the idea of Chris Pratt. But my prayers are that, I know nobody up there is listening to me, but Chris Pratt would be perfect to take over Indiana Jones, like James Bond, and carry it on, because Indiana Jones is based also on James Bond. That's why Spielberg did it, because he wasn't allowed to do James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to see that, because he's got the square jaw, the look, and he can be dashing and he can be fucking silly, and I love that about him.
I wouldn't mind seeing. Look,
well, that's what I'm saying. You know, because he's commenting on The Rock now, Marcus. He's like, The Rock's already in everything. We don't. Yeah, I 100% agree. But I like him as Black Adam. I think it's a perfect choice for that character, but he needs to watch out how much he fucking throws himself into, because he can ruin his own star power by doing too much.
How about John Bernthal as Sergeant Rock?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I'll take that as
Kyle, you can absolutely eat a bag of shit right now. Choke on a bag of dicks. One of those two.
Kyle, please don't even.
Fucking
no.
You're a dick. He's doing that on purpose.
Well, I mean, you either have.
I'm going to troll.
Well, I mean, I would either have him or you could Chris Pratt as Sergeant Rock.
Holy crap, we got over 240 people watching right now. I didn't even
know. Because we're getting into some stuff that a lot of people aren't talking about. I mean, when we get nerdy like this, I think we're about as good as the
I think it's really because of Cameron. They thought they'd come here to watch Cameron. Well, Uncharted is kind of stolen from Indiana Jones, as is, what's her name? Hey! Fuck you, Flaccid Phoenix. You know, I never know when he's going to be watching, and I will. Keith will tell you. I will throw out, "Hey, Flaccid Phoenix, if you're in a chat, fuck you, man. Love you. Fuck you."
How about this? Sergeant Rock meets the Haunted Tank in a movie. And,
I would love to see. So you and I've been waiting for Sergeant Rock since we were kids.
Oh yeah,
and we got word back in the early '80s that Sylvester. I'm sorry, Arnold was going to be playing it. And so when we started hearing this shit going on with Predator, a lot of us thought that was Sergeant Rock. The pictures we were seeing and stuff like that from Starlog. It's like, what is this? It's like, is this like a code name for what he's doing for Sergeant Rock? And we found out no, but still fucking awesome. Predator, fucking great film.
Oh hell yeah!
But we never got our Arnold Schwarzenegger version of Sergeant Rock. I mean, we saw the picture with chomping the fucking cigar, and that's
that's about as close as we got. Just see John Bernthal with the cigar, the helmet. We cast Easy Company. That'd be fantastic. And if you put him in the same film with the Haunted Tank and Black Hawk, and I would.
Why did you have to say Black Cock?
Oh man,
what's up with you with that? Fuck you.
Yeah, the second you said that, we got a bot.
Yeah, they're blocked. I blocked them.
Yeah, but that would be look there. I've been preaching this since we started all this. There is an incredible, deep IP vault of characters that Warner Brothers has ignored for way too long. And as much as I love Superman, Batman, the Justice League, and all those guys, there's a lot more buried in that vault that they have yet to even do anything with. That if you just went that direction with it, I mean, just by saying John Bernthal and Sergeant Rock, we got a reaction. Yeah. Okay, so I just think that there is so much there.
I'm sorry, I know everybody's reading this right now. Black Hawk Down only on Pornhub.
I am actually a supporting character in that film. So
you're holding up somebody's dick. Supporting character. So
I had
I
to
saw
say it
something
before
here.
someone else did.
Favreau is pushing to work with Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Thompson.
With Tessa Thompson.
You know what? I think Tessa Thompson would be fantastic if you put her in something like, say, well, how about this? How about working on a version of, say, the Bumblebee character from Titans with Tessa Thompson in the lead?
I don't think anybody liked that idea.
Okay. Hey, I'm just pitching.
I'm pitching, you're catching.
It's somebody else has to catch.
So Planetary
What
can
did I
touch
tell you?
on everything pop culture because they use alternates even in the comics as an analogy. That's it.
Yes, Planetary would rock, but that is such a big project. You couldn't have Favreau do that because you'd almost need a television series for the Planetary. That's too big. That's way too big.
Now, by the way, I want to point out, normally on Fridays I would like to go 2 hours, but the fact is, we've got Friday Night Tights starting in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And
okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping us up for this. We got what we really wanted to talk about on this show. It's a good episode. And thank you, Kamran Pasha. Wow. I love that guy so much.
He is
fantastic. What I love about him, people recognize, Tom knows it, Script Doctor, a lot of people know, we're a good show. We don't have the big audience that those guys have, but we're going to get them. We're going to get them because we put out a good product and we're fun. We have a good time on this show. And even despite Fat Steven Seagal being here, we have a lot of fun. Is he even here? I'm like fucking shitting on him. He's not even here, is he? Fucking, I'm eating me some Canadian snacks. Actually, he introduced me to something I never had before.
Poutine?
Oh, you say it like it's poutine. Poontang.
No, not
it's poutine. It's poutine.
Poutine.
Yeah,
Sorry.
poutine. But yo, man, you're gonna get the brother says, hey man, you're gonna get you some poontang. Yeah, man.
Dude, it's Putan.
Soul Brothers tu beaucoup. Soul Brothers tu beaucoup.
Oh my God. Man. You're hatchet in that language.
I'm sorry. First of all, I'd like to apologize to everybody up in Canada.
Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
I'm fascinated by you guys up there, so
they're okay. They're like, I don't know, they're like third world Americans.
Oh, you know what?
I'm not getting
America's
anything with Steven.
But
absolutely, some of our best friends and shows that we like to work with are from Canada. And I feel bad for what's happening with Trudeau up there. He's fucking your country up. And you've got my sympathies and empathy because they're trying to do the same thing here. But thank God we're better armed as citizens, and they are still a little afraid of us. And they should be. Your government should be afraid of you. You listen to me. I mean it. Your government should be afraid of its citizenry.
Damn
the
right.
government is in control of you. You're a free citizen. In modern day and age, to have an oppressed people is unacceptable. I'm talking to you, Britain. Can't even fucking take a butter knife out in public. Jesus Christ. What a
dirty talk.
Talk.
Hey,
I want to say Tuesday again, I'm going to record my segment with Cameron talking about UFOs, his experiences, and we're going to talk about Skinwalker Ranch. And that will air UFO Wednesday. That's 10 o'clock Central Standard Time in the morning. So make sure I bring my fucking giant cup of coffee. I fucking love my coffee. Also, this weekend, I'm getting my new green screen because I gave Keith mine. But now I think I want to use it. I want to use one. So, no, you keep yours. That was a gift. You've given me so many things. The least I can do is give you, green screen. And, apology accepted. Keith, Gary needs a struggle session. Shit. Oh, I love you, man. I love Kyle. He knows that. Although, man, where the fuck are you? Also, why am I not involved with your military thing? I mean, don't get me wrong. You at least got one veteran on there, Eric. But you should have me on there too, man. I fucking know my war films. I've worked for the #1 military technical advisor in Hollywood for a reason.
Can someone time out Baron for 5 minutes, please? Thank you.
Baron? Baron doesn't believe it.
On behalf of all the
Take off, Great White North. Take off, you hoser.
Canada's real, man.
I wish I was black.
What I'm actually considering doing, if people are interested in it, and it would be a private thing where people would have to log in to watch it, is how to make comics, how to tell stories through, comic book panels, how to set up linear time, tell linear storytelling through art. And I really consider doing it. I've been asked multiple times to do it, and I want because Keith knows these people over at the Creamery in Springfield, Missouri. They wanted me to do a class there. And then it was like, okay, and they were going to pay me. And then they told me, and I would have to come in to do the class. And I'm like, yeah, I'm
said
out.
That already.
I am out. I am not going to fucking do that.
Want to be anywhere near
I will
Keith's
do
Creamery?
virtual, but I like being in my office. I like being in my cave. I don't want to go into a place and fucking deal with people. I don't like being around people. I really don't.
Right. No, I get you. I hate people too. But then again, I'm not actually talking right now because Canada doesn't exist. It's a
Canada. Blame Canada. You killed the Baldwin, you sons of bitches.
Don't you sleep on Canada. Don't you sleep on Canada.
Canada is real. I saw it once from a distance.
Fucking ask me, Kyle. We're friends, for Jesus Christ's sake. And his cousin John. And Peter. I don't know. I don't know religious stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Jim Steranko is the guy. If you don't fucking follow him on Twitter, his Sunday rant is the thing to fucking live for.
Yeah.
Earlier this year, he just started. Look, he didn't just start it. He will drop a dime on anybody in
He
comics.
will call these motherfuckers out. He will lay them out in public and go, prove me wrong, motherfucker.
His rant from back in January to me is one of the classic things. Where
where he was calling out some of the people in the industry who claimed to.
Jeez. I mean, about the spirit and its so-called creator and how that played into what happened with Bob Kane and how Bob Kane did all that stuff with Batman to Bill Finger. And he learned all that from his former boss.
Actually, Keith and I need to talk to Robert Meyer Burnett about coming on, because I'd like to talk to him about the first season of Strange New Worlds and to see if he had the same reaction that we had. And also talk about this planned second season or third season of Picard, because I trust him. And if he says it's good, I'm going to watch it.
We've had R&B on this show before. And,
he knows us.
Yeah, as I said, he's my other twin brother.
From another, brother from another mother.
I'm telling you, if R&B says that season 3 of Picard is actually gonna be good, I gotta trust the guy, because he is. I mean, to me, he's the only person that Paramount should hire to fix Star Trek after they boot out Kurtzman is R&B. So if he says season 3 looks like it could be something, I might actually attempt to check it out. So,
well, exactly. And I just sent you a message, Martin, in the private chat. So I want to thank Kamran Pasha for coming on today. I love having him on. And what I love about him and some people, they actually contact me about coming on because they enjoy themselves when they come on the show. I try to make this a fun experience coming on our show. It's my silliness. Keith is more knowledgeable than me on a lot of things, but Keith will tell you I actually know my shit on some other stuff, and that's why he and I love doing shows together, because he's got this vast, like he's got almost the entire Encyclopedia Britannica of entertainment collection, except for these 2 books, and those 2 are mine. He's the rest of the collection, but I got these 2 books, and I fucking know those 2 books.
By books, he means the insert in the DVD that tells you what movies are coming out on sale in the future.
Yes, when you are ready to watch some of the most weird fucking porn you've ever seen, go to RedTube and look up Steven Seagal porn.
Or Gary and the Teletubbies do the backdoor porn.
Oh my gosh.
Best stuff in the world.
Where everyone plays with his Tinky Winky.
Hey, Anima, what did you think about me calling you my Austrian girlfriend that doesn't know she's my girlfriend?
A restraining order.
Oh, wait, I promised her something. Hold on. Let me take the head off. So,
wow, look at that weed.
Gets in my hair. I'm in face. There we go. Get that hair back. So there you go. That was for you. Hope you had some giggles on that one.
Damn, your forehead is big. I didn't even realize that.
It means smart, dipshit.
I thought it means receding.
No, I have no receding hairline. I have the same hairline I've had since high school. I've got thick hair.
70s bush.
I am not a hippie motherfucker. Fuck you, Baron. I am conservative. Well, I'm Hubert Humphrey, Democrat conservative. Hubert Humphrey, if you don't know about that motherfucker, go read about that man. One of the most honest politicians in the history of the United States, modern America. Even though he still got pulled into the ab scam thing, that guy was still one of the most honest and great politicians. Thick head. I don't even know how to respond to that. Fuck you.
Big! What? Dial B for big head.
Take it as a compliment.
He's not a mushroom top. That's weird.
Got that big head.
Oh, it's okay. So, Keith, where did you get that book? Yeah, Keith, where did you buy that book? We're all dying to know.
He stole
Keith,
from the public library.
Can you tell us where you bought that book from and how much it cost? Can you tell us all this stuff? Because it's so, I mean, we've got to know.
No, you really do?
You smell that? It's sarcasm, people.
No, actually, you know, feel free to explain where it comes from.
No, let's just use bookstores.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture.
I'm just fucking around.
Wow, that's oppression, Keith. How do you put up with it?
I don't. And I'm on my way to see Gary right now.
I ended the morning show doing that shit to Danny. I said, Danny, no, tell us what you're doing this afternoon. As soon as he started talking, I did the outro credits.
What you need is a counter in the top right-hand corner. How many times has Keith been oppressed on stream today?
Hard to tell. Oh, thank you. Wow, big list. I want to thank Dragon Bricks. They're new here. Glad to have them. AF Watcher 88, Anima Confusa, Angia Blue, Apollome's Minion, yes. Arasaka, I think has been here once before. The Dapper Goose is new. Aaron Ratliff, Baron Ormontag is, I don't know. Do we know that guy? I think we know that guy.
No, he doesn't exist. He's imaginary.
He's imaginary.
Yeah,
he's Santa. He's Santa.
Hologram.
Bill,
Santa's
when we
real.
do our Christmas special this year, I told him I'm going to invite him on as Santa. So he needs to dress as Santa. Of course, Bill Barkley is here. Bill, do me a favor, man. Please take it easy on Danny. Because, you know, I was so happy that he was able to do the show because I couldn't be here yesterday. And on Thursdays, I'm trying it out because I'd like to have True Crime Thursday, where I talk about either true crimes or I have guests on. And Tom O'Connell is he's a Fed prosecutor in Vegas. And I find him fascinating. Fun dude. And they wanted to do the thing yesterday. And I was so grateful that he and Martin were here to run the show while I was gone. But Bill, thank you so much. Black Wolf Inc. is new. Brandon, the enemy guy. I'd like to say his name, but I don't fucking know that guy. Code Raven, Daryl the Derelict, Das Wölfen, Oh, Das Wolfen, I have something for you, Das Wolfen. Are you ready, Das Wolfen? Here it is.
Before we begin, would you like to touch my monkey?
Oh, shit.
There you go. So then we got D. Bud Martin, a good friend of this channel. Decepticons Cave of Villains. Love that name, man. Gap After Dark is the Gap previously known as Stargate. Flaccid Phoenix was here, our good friend from Flaccid. Great show. If you're not watching his show, dude, Martin, if I don't know if there's enough time, but if you get a chance, go get their link and share it, because Flaccid Phoenix is really one of the best new shows that I like to watch. They've got great commentary. They're funny. Him and his partner, they're hilarious, but they're also really spot on with a lot of their commentary. Just a Passerby is new. Keto Simple was here again. Nice to see you again, Keto. Latino Slant Polly. We love Polly. Lindsay the Cynical Geek. Midnight's Edge After Dark. Tom. Mighty Orbots. That's new. Monkey Jeebus. One of my two favorite monkeys. Monster Huntress Rune. That's new too. Nazo G1000 is new. Olaf Van S is kind of new, but we have talked before. And what I love about Dutch compared to German is like Tag means like much. Guten Tag, means day in German, whereas Tag in Dutch means thank you. So, and I think the G is pronounced hard. Tak. Thank you.
Morgan.
I love Dutch, man. I love the Dutch people. Are amazing people.
We've got they're all made of
chocolate. Fresh 1994. Pacific 414. Penny J was here, of course. That's Snort Knight's mom. We love her. Piers Bronson was here. Sci-Fi for Me TV. Scribelight here in Script Doctor. Two of my favorite writers that I talk to. Two of the three favorite writers I like to talk to online. Sean Wilson. Shanatsky, Sox Bulletins, Stone Pie Media is a friend of ours from Facebook, the Bat Channel, the Comic Relief Crusader. Please remember the link down below for him and his family. Help them get a house. Help them. You know, it's hard to ask, and he's reaching out and asking for help because he just doesn't know how they're going to do it because he does want his daughter homeless. And I've been homeless too, like Cameron talked about. I've been homeless as a kid. Same. I'm homeless technically right now. I'm staying with my friends.
It's not easy.
So the Bat Channel, the Comic Relief Crusader, the Marshall was here, Tree Rock Creations, War Monkey, my other favorite monkey. Your Muslim uncle was here. It's always good to see him. Zax, a.k.a. Kyle, was here. And I, of course, want to go back and thank Fatsy and Seagal for co-hosting the show with me. I want to thank Deleted Scenes for being here. It's always fun to have him on our panel. And thank you again, Martin, for managing the chat. You really are a lifesaver. You really are. And thank you again for yesterday with you and Danny. I deeply appreciate that, man. And but with that, let's see. Anything else from the chat I should cover? Gary's a big Dutch oven.
He also believes all the Dutch are made of chocolate.
The
Dutch chocolate.
Dutch chocolate. Yeah. Oh yeah, you too, Olaf. Thank you, everybody. The best crimes are closed cases. They rule as accident. So thanks again, guys. And with that, anybody on the panel want to say anything before we go?
Like, share, subscribe, and don't recede that hairline.
Keith?
Yes. I'm good.
Marty?
Keith didn't fall asleep.
Yeah.
No, that's because he took a little nap before getting on the show, so he had a little bit of rest. I woke his ass up.
I have a request of Keith. Keith, can you get the ring lights in your reflections for a quick second and just go Oni-chan?
Steven, you got Steve Finn. Do you got anything to add?
Yes, I just want to remind everyone in the chat to make sure you are actually still subscribed because YouTube's been taking away a lot of subscriptions from a lot of channels, including mine. So,
and we're getting close to 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
We're very close to 4,000 right now. So I would hate to start losing our people because I want to push this with advertisers.
There is. Sorry.
There are people that I've been subscribed to since I've been on YouTube, and all of a sudden I'm unsubscribed from them. So please,
I've spotted it a few times,
and
I've been messaged and said by a couple of people that they were unsubbed to our channel, but they resubbed.
Yeah.
So I'm stopping for you.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know if you're doing the erratic pause again. There is, if everyone who knows a YouTube channel called Shadiversity, he has a video up explaining what is going on with YouTube and how there is suppression, how is there subs.
Oh, do you have the link?
Everything. I do not right now, but if you know Shadiversity, the guy who does the stuff with swords, go watch that video. I think it came out last week, and if a bigger channel in the millions is actually talking about this, then it's a known thing. It's probably affecting everyone. Check out that video and just make sure that this isn't like, oh, woe is me. This isn't a cry.
I never got a notification with you, Anima. So yeah, you are a member. That's fantastic. Thank you. Grateful for anybody who becomes a member to the show. So Peter Venkman, did you see it? I did the hair thing. If you missed it, tough shit. You have to roll back and watch it. It's just in the last 5 minutes. But we are out of here, guys.
I just have a.
Can you share this in the private? Can you share this in the private chat, please, Martin, if you can? It's right there. That's the Shadiversity video.
Oh, okay. That's it. All right. Let me.
Yeah, it's called YouTube is an unfair platform.
I'm going to put his link in the chat.
To compliment,
go ahead and do it.
To compliment Steven Seagal idea about Kid and his anime eyes, what you should say is Buraku Goku.
Or Kamehameha.
Kamehameha.
Yeah, that's Dragon Ball Z. That's Goku. Kamehameha. You would love it.
My favorite anime is Futune or whatever they call it. Girls with penises.
It's called. Is anyone needing a new co-host? Because I'm looking for a new show as of 30 seconds ago. This has gone real Bukkake. This has gone full Bukkake.
Bukkake is a good show. I watched that.
No, Gary. No.
No, look it up. It's
I'm not looking it up. No.
Bukkake.
No, Gary,
it's some of the best anime you guys will ever watch.
You're so full of crap right now, and I'm using the emphasis on crap because I know what you're trying to do here.
I am not affiliated with Gary Kissel.
Yeah, you're gonna get a message from Penny being like, "I looked it up." That's not what happened.
I'll tell you what you don't want to look up is Muppet porn. I'm telling you, don't look it up.
Goddamn right, I'm gonna look it up.
I did once, and I'm still fapping.
I was like, "What the fuck?" I was expecting something like PG, funny. No. Anyway, there's actually sculptures out there of Kermit fucking Piggy. I'm serious. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, thank you guys for being here, man. I hate to go out on such a weird fucking note, but fuck it.
Don't die, Keith. Don't die.
Yeah. Yeah, he's throwing up. He's not.
And for those that don't know, I am back in the monetization plan. They finally gave it back after months, and we just passed 5,100 subscribers. Hell yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, by the way, he was behind us until he started doing the truck thing, so now he's all cocky and shit. Fuck you, Steven.
I'm sorry. Have I once thrown my 5,100 around?
Sorry? Are you sorry?
No. I've never once used that as like I'm better than you, Gary.
I'm fucking with you. Jesus Christ. Don't have such a bruised vagina.
Don't get so butthurt over a higher number.
You.
Gary, Keith's right now, mom and dad are fighting.
That's not what I'm thinking. It's like, well, I guess I better go do black guy stuff.
Go do
like
black
Babylon
guy stuff.
5.
And with that, we're the fuck out of here. Get off our lawns.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the show, please make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon for updates on our shows and channel. Also, please leave a comment, and we'd like to know what you thought of the episode, as well as letting us know if there's something you'd like us to cover in a future episode. Don't forget that you can become a member of Pop Culture Minefield now Make sure to visit our membership page and merch store at popcultureminefield.com. You can always find Pop Culture Minefield on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch.
That's a nice theme song there, Keith. Is that your personal theme song? Pop Culture Minefield. You got Fat Steve and Matt Raiders of Pride. Fuck those guys.
Oh, thank you very much.
We want to believe.
Y'all come back now.
Come back now. You hear?